Welcome to another update in the EC2 TV series. This program is presented to you by the Expertise Center for Education Care on Saba. We are an organization that aims for 100% learning for all by offering assistance to students, teachers and parents alike. In this program, we'll share some general information on the Education Care Plan. More specifically, we'll show you progress in early childhood development at the Laura Lindsay Daycare Center, and we'll share with you what the EC2 is doing within the schools for students with reading difficulties. We start with how education care is provided for your children. Our team of professionals is available to give guidance in practically all areas of child and youth development up to when they're 24 years old. This multidisciplinary EC2 team can help youngsters with a wide variety of issues. The team consists of Connie Atkins. She is our behavior coach who works with the EC2 on a daily basis, supporting teachers and parents in working with children who show behavioral problems. Najila Brooks works as our speech and language therapist. She screens, tests and treats children with speech and language issues. Ms. Najila is on Saba every Monday to work with children on their communication development and fluency of speech. Dr. Carmesita Chamont, who is a registered clinical psychologist, does assessments of, for example, learning ability and behavior. Dr. Carmesita is on Saba every Tuesday. Dr. Cheryl Ferrero is a medical doctor who is specialized in child and adolescent psychiatry. She diagnoses youngsters with difficulty in the thinking process, feelings and behavior. Dr. Cheryl visits Saba at least once a month. Kim Terile is our local physical therapist. She screens and helps students who have difficulty with their motor skills. She offers specialized physiotherapy at the EC2, mainly on Wednesdays. Most of you know Dr. Gina Boersma, the family physician at the local medical center. She meets with us every month to help with medical issues and referrals. And myself, Jet van Heinsbergen, I'm a special ed teacher and educationalist, and I screen, test and make treatment plans for students with learning problems. I also manage the EC2 and the rest of the care team. The EC2 has been up and running for 2 years now. A lot has happened during that time. Progress has been made in the schools where teachers meet to discuss the education needs of their students. Progress has also been made in the care, advice and referral team, the CART, where the EC2 team meets with representatives of the schools to decide on options for the students, guidance and coaching for both teachers and parents. After these first 2 years, the time had come to see how all involved, parents, teachers, care coordinators, EC2 team and board members, have experienced what we are doing. We needed their input to update and adjust the yearly care plan. To this end, we have invited an old colleague, education specialist Dr. Ans Smulders from the Netherlands. Her assignment was to evaluate the functioning of the EC2 and to give us advice and guidance for the next year.
I'm here to collect information on how the education care system functions from the perspective of the users. I want to know what works and what doesn't work. I have designed questionnaires for the different users, including the directors, the teachers of course, the care coordinators. They can give their opinion about a series of statements, and on the basis of the questionnaires I get an impression on how they have understood the care system, if roles, responsibilities are clear or not, and how the communication between all the partners flows or doesn't flow. I have organized focus group discussions with care coordinators, board members, teachers, because they can give me more specific information on reasons why things are not functioning or what they are happy with or not. I can also ask to clarify some of the things which are not clear, like, oh, I thought it was me, or this is how I understood it. And we have held interviews with beneficiaries of the care system, the parents of students who are receiving care, to get their feedback. All this is because the education care plan has to be updated, and since a lot changed since the start, we want to update it in a way that training or support is geared towards the needs of the people who are using the system.
Based on the outcome of the interviews and questionnaires, we have made some adjustments to the care plan. Just to name a few, while you can visit with Ms. Connie and I on a daily basis, Dr. Carmencita or Dr. Cheryl will be available to parents on their Tuesday visits between 12 and 1 o'clock. Feel free to pop in at this time for any parenting tips or just to check how you can help your child with homework. And a new development for EC2, we will start up a program for kindergarten children and their parents to give them a jump start and assist the parents in school readiness of the child. We'll have materials for you to use and will guide you in the home. We also intend to continue with training and coaching the caregivers at the Laura Lindsay Daycare Center. As acknowledged in the actions and island policy of Commissioner of Education Chris Johnson, education starts in the home and with the little ones in daycare. We will also invite back Dr. Lennox Bernard from the University of the West Indies to work with teachers and parents on good parenting skills, non-violent communication and cooperative discipline. Remember what fun this was last time? We look forward to another inspirational visit of this Caribbean teacher.
Because teachers behave that way, they are gift to humanity kind of thing.
At the end of each school year, I meet with the management teams of the schools to decide how we can contribute to the quality of education care in the schools. This has been done by organizing the training of care coordinators and guidance officers. In daycare, the complete staff has been receiving training in how to observe children. This is done with an instrument called SIX, the Self-Evaluation Instrument for Care Settings. The caregivers have been instructed in using the SIX by Els Menu, professor at the Catholic University of Leuven in Belgium.
Well, the main goal of the instrument is like evaluate your daycare by observing children's well-being and involvement, and then you can like take out conclusions and see how your approach is doing to keep the well-being and involvement very high. So this year I came back like to follow up the progress I started last year. Well, it works like I observe 10 children in every area, like in every classroom, 10 children, each child 2 minutes. So after that, so I got like 20 minutes of film. So then I invite the teachers to come and watch the movie with me, the observation. And like after every child, we give a score on well-being and involvement. And it goes from 1 up to 5. And after we scored all the children, the 10 children, like we go and see what are the causes of these scores. And the approach is like, it could be, the course could be like the offer, the teacher style. It could be like the atmosphere or relationships between the children. It can be the organization. So there are different causes that causes the score of the involvement and well-being.
Sharing, listening, and playing nice.
I went to kindergarten because I really wanted. Last year the teachers expressed the pressure they had from kindergarten. So especially in the third group, they felt the pressure that they have to get the children ready to go to kindergarten. So for me that was quite strange, because kindergarten is the same as the third group here in the daycare. They're only 4 years old, so they need to play and experiment and manipulate materials. So I was very interested in seeing how kindergarten works here at Saba. Yeah. And also to see how they work with the high scope or not work with the high scope methods. So yeah, it was really nice to see how it went. Yeah. Children only learn through play. So they need to manipulate materials, they need to experiment, they need to learn about techniques, they need to explore the world. So I already talked to teacher Margaret also, and she has the same view, but I think that children need to come out more and explore the things that are outside, because Saba is a very rich environment, and so they should bring the materials inside of the classrooms. And last year I saw that they focus on the plays and the toys they have, because they have a lot of toys, but they should give sand and water and clay and materials that children can manipulate, and because they learn through these things. They get they feel the materials, they start weighting and measuring, and yeah. And as a teacher you should give them the tools to explore even more. And now they have these small group times, and it's good, but it's they need to stay into their game and into the playing and the experimenting. Yeah, I don't have a structure in the experimental approach, because you've got the day rhythm. You start at 8:45. You get the children on the meeting area, then they go and play. They got the rules and the structure of the areas in the classroom. But then you got the playtime outside. That's at 10 o'clock or 10:30 or whatever. And then at 12 o'clock they go eating. So they have the structure. But all the areas, all the moments where you're in classroom, it's let the children do their thing in the different areas. And as a teacher, observe their interests, go and play with them, give them what they need to develop. But don't always control everything. Just let the children interfere with their learning. Ask them what they want to learn. Ask them about things they want to experiment with. Yeah, get them involved. Yeah, but as a teacher, you know how to handle it. Yeah. What I hear from a lot of teachers in Flanders also is that really teachers who've been in kindergarten for 30, 35 years, they really say that they can feel children can't play anymore as we used to. So they need other materials. So that you, as a teacher, you have to learn them how to play again, because they they at home they don't get the same materials anymore. It's different. It's different. They get a tablet instead of a doll. I think the parents should give children a lot of place to play and to go outside and to get to know the things they have around the house and in the community and in the world. So now parents like to put the children in front of the television and occupied with the games and everything. So parents should give their children a lot of materials to manipulate and play with. Yeah, get them outside.
As part of the discussions with the schools, it was mentioned by several teachers of the Saba Comprehensive School that reading difficulties and dyslexia should be on our agenda. Severe reading difficulties and dyslexia are found all over the world in roughly 5 to 10% of the students. Dyslexia is a neurological condition in the brains causing difficulty with reading. Having dyslexia doesn't mean you can't learn. It only means the reading process is more difficult to master.
We decided together with the EC2 to start a dyslexia unit, to put dyslexia on the map, to create awareness amongst teachers, amongst management, amongst parents and kids alike, that dyslexia is not something that you can grow out of, that dyslexia is something that affects every part of your life. And if you're taught how to deal with it at an early age, there shouldn't be that many problems, really.
Having dyslexia also means the teachers have to try different ways of teaching you how to read. The earlier we start, the more can be done for the students.
Well, we set up the dyslexia unit because teachers were asking questions about students, if students were having just reading difficulties or if a student is dyslexic, because we all know dyslexia is something, is this disorder that people seem to have, but we need to know more. The teachers need to know more, but also we need to make sure that we diagnose children at an early age, because the earlier you diagnose a child with dyslexia, the sooner you can start with help and teaching the child strategies to deal with this.
The EC2 started up a dyslexia unit together with several teachers of the Saba Comprehensive School and the Sacred Heart School. It is important that the schools are involved because that's where the problems occur. Some children cannot read due to poor reading instruction. This needs to be ruled out first. Both schools are represented in the dyslexia unit because the teachers at the schools may have to adjust their approach to the students' needs, and the schools may need special materials and strategies to do so.
I'm teacher Helen. I'm the remedial special ed teacher here at Sacred Heart Primary School. Part of my job is to help the kids that are struggling with reading to get on the level that they should be at. We use different learning techniques and exercises here in the classroom. For instance, the alphabet. We show the kids their vowels and they can see it actually because they are different colors. Instead of being black, the vowels are in red. We also use the short vowel chart and the long vowel chart. When the kids have to spell the words, they can actually see where the sign is that they use the short vowel. And if it's a long vowel, we stretch it with a line on top of the vowel that they know that's a long vowel. The long vowels, they speak for themselves. They say the word A instead of A. Also, we use the letter tiles that they can use their spelling words and forming the letters with the spelling words. The flashcards are also very good exercise for the kids. There's a picture and the letter. They can practice looking at the picture, saying the word, recognizing the letters, recognizing the vowels.
Tummy.
In my tummy. So Sam laughed. It's here in my tummy. What we also do in the reading is we read in small groups. The kids are following along with the reading marker and they're reading one sentence at a time. If they have difficulty reading a word, I'm here to help them, but their peers also help them. If one of them know the word, they help the kids reading along. Long A. Long A. Ray. Okay. The sentence cube game is a really good technique and exercise for these kids. They are words on the dice, And whatever the first word on the top said, they form a sentence as long as they feel comfortable making their own and they can read it to the group. All these learning techniques and exercises that we use here in the classroom are very important to the students. But the most important thing is for you as a parent to spend some time with the kid, reading along, read to the students, let them read to you, so that we can bring their reading level back on track.
To help facilitate the formation of the dyslexia unit, the EC2 invited dyslexia specialist Wilma Willems. As part of her assignment, we've asked her to evaluate the procedures the EC2 has been following thus far in diagnosing dyslexia. In the Netherlands, determining dyslexia happens according to a strict standard protocol. Wilma assured us that the EC2 adheres to all Dutch requirements. She also introduced the topic of dyslexia to the different stakeholders.
I'm very happy to be here on Saba, and we create this week in cooperation with EC2, introduced by Jet van Heinsbergen and her president for the dyslexia unit, Rhiannon Jorna, and among the teachers, students and parents, and especially among principals, together with the dyslexia unit, we organized meetings, workshops for the teachers, and we have meetings with the dyslexia unit to prepare a protocol for dyslexia.
If you, as a parent or teacher, suspect dyslexia, you can come to the EC2 and fill out the EC2 dyslexia checklist. This checklist can already show the different problem areas your child may experience. Sometimes it's difficult for the child to hear the exact sounds. Sometimes the child sees the letters as if they're all dancing. Some children feel seasick when they're reading due to balance problems, and others have difficulty keeping track of time. When the checklist confirms the presence of dyslexia symptoms, I can do an official dyslexia screening test at the EC2. And results of the screening will show if and to what extent your child is dyslexic. If the screening shows your child has clear symptoms, Dr. Carmen Sita, our registered psychologist, will do an IQ test to assess your child's ability to learn. If the student is normally gifted and able to learn, I will do an achievement test to check the various aspects of learning how to read. Items of assessment deal with rhyming, hearing differences in sounds, blending sounds together, putting sounds in order, understanding what is read, fluency of reading, copying words, etc. This will give us more information on how to tailor the individual lessons for the student. Now it is time to make sure the child receives good reading instruction. To this end, the EC2 has developed a booklet with practical tips, which is available at the schools. The tips will be shared with the teachers and can be applied in the classroom. After this procedure, a student can receive an official and accredited dyslexia statement. This will entitle him or her to extra time for exams and the use of special materials in school, such as a reading ruler, a reading pen, or Daisy reader. On the last day of Wilma Willems' visit, a declaration of intent was made and signed by representatives of the schools, the dyslexia unit and the EC2. We promise that we will continue to work together and strive for better services to students with dyslexia. We hope this program has informed you of our latest activities at EC2. For all who are interested in education care, dyslexia and early childhood, or if you want a copy of the Education Care Plan, as usual, feel free to contact us at the EC2. Thanks for watching EC2 TV, and remember to watch out for the Jumpstart program with Katie Kangaroo and Joey Jumper.